Hi, welcome to my channel, Kel Stitches. I'm Kelly, and today I am going to be doing a flick through of Cross Stitch for the Heart, 20 Designs to Love by Emma Condon. This is the third book. It was produced in 2022. She does have a fourth one out called Catitude, and it is 20 designs all based around cats and their little quirks and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if I want to get it or not, just to have the whole series, because I don't know if I will stitch any of them. Who knows, there might be a couple in there. I might end up buying it anyways, just to have the 4 books. So let's just get straight into flicking through this book. So there is the contents page, and that is a quick outlook of the patterns that we will find in this book. Welcome to Cross Stitch for the Heart, a book filled with patterns celebrating all aspects of love, kindness, compassion and connection. Life and love are precious, and the last 2 years have made me realise this more acutely than ever before. I think it's safe to say that living during a pandemic has made us all reassess what we value in our own lives. We've all missed our loved ones through lockdowns, and many have suffered losses too. We've seen a lot of kindness during this time as well. Communities coming together, strangers helping each other, the tireless work of healthcare professionals and key workers to keep things going despite all the challenges and risks they face every day. It's highlighted the importance of human connection and how it benefits us all in multiple ways. These 20 patterns celebrate love and connection in different ways. Like all of my work, they are designed to be uplifting to view as well as enjoyable to stitch. And once again, it has your tools and materials, so your different types of fabrics, your thread, your scissors, your needles, your frames and hoops. Straight into the first one. Be brave, my heart. Have courage, my soul. Stitch count is 129 by 200, and it calls for white fabric. The heart is powerful. It is responsible for our strongest emotions, passion, fear, and most importantly, love. But it is also fragile and can be broken or damaged in a way that means opening your heart to others can sometimes be tough too. I interpret being brave in matters of the heart as embracing the risk that comes with giving and receiving love, and having faith that your heart will take you in the direction you're meant to go, even if it takes a strange route. Life is the flower for which love is the honey. Stitch count is 100 by 99, and it calls for antique white fabric. It's true you don't need to love to survive, but sharing and receiving love from others is a wonderful thing that brings something extra to life, often in a way that money and material possessions fail to do. Whether it's something little, like surprising a friend you've not seen in a while, or caring for someone unwell, all the way through to connecting with someone romantically and sharing your life with them. Experiencing and sharing these small and large acts of love is one of the sweetest parts of being human. And this is in the shape of a heart, and it just has a lot of the words for love in different languages. Stitch count is 142 by 129, and it calls for an ecru coloured fabric. The ancient Greeks had different words for love depending on the context. Love for friends, romantic love and compassionate love were all understood to need their own name. Even now, throughout the world, words for love vary widely, as you can see in this design. However, the unspoken language of love is universal. It doesn't matter where you're from, even if the words are different. Love is one thing we all have in common. And another one that has just different sayings for love. Love you, Marcherie, hugs and kisses, we're a perfect match, you and me, be mine. The stitch count is 198 by 129 and it calls for a white fabric. When you love someone, it's rarely because of one big thing, but rather a collection of lots of little things. Favourite places, your song, things that make you both laugh and smile, as well as mutual respect, friendship and love towards each other. This sampler is a collection of tokens and trinkets to show this sweet side of love, which could be stitched together or individually. I love you for all that you are, all that you have been, and all you are yet to be. Stitch count is 73 by 130 and it calls for a blush coloured fabric, which looks to be a very, very pale pink. So if you were to dye your own fabric, you'd just quickly dip it into the lightest pink dye bath possible and take it out. You wouldn't let it sit in there, you just dip it in and take it out, just so it got that really light colour to it. Loving someone completely means accepting every part of them and all the while acknowledging that these elements make up who they are and why you love them. We don't know what will happen in the future, that's what makes life interesting, but knowing that your love will always be there for those you hold close, wherever life takes them, is a wonderful thing to share. You are my sun, my moon, and all of the stars, and all of my stars. Stitch count is 128 by 176, and it calls for a white fabric. This quote by E.E. Cummings is such a lovely way to think about those we love the most. I created this design with my daughter in mind as she was born during the making of this book. Of course, there are no rules about who you can apply this sentiment to in your own life. Partners, family, pets and friends can all take up huge parts of our hearts in ways we could never imagine. Family are the people in your life who want you in theirs, the ones who accept you for who you are, who would do anything to see you smile, and who love you no matter what. Stitch count is 131 by 200 and it is stitched on an antique white fabric. Families come in all shapes and sizes and has evolved to mean more than just relationships by blood and marriage. It also means the people in your life who support and love you, those who you can confide in and trust, those you are closest to and who you can depend on without judgment, who share your values. Some of my oldest friends are family to me and I hope I'm family to them. And that is very true because some people that I have met through the stitching community, even though I've never met them in person, I class them as a family because they just are. We just gel and they are family to me. Together is my favourite place to be. Stitch count is 92 by 128 and it is stitched on a white fabric. Time spent with those you love is precious. We all lead busy lives, so being able to pause and just enjoy being in each other's company without distraction can be easy to forget. This pattern is very personal to me as one of my favourite places to be is with my beautiful cats, either chilling in the garden or curled up on the sofa. I know there are a lot of cat owners amongst the stitching community, so I hope this resonates with you too. In a world where you can be anything, be kind. Stitch count is 89 by 130, and it is stitched on a white fabric. We are told we can do so much with our lives, but it is easy to overlook the things that are actually important to basic happiness. Things such as practicing compassion and kindness, and being careful not to judge, particularly based on what we read online. Being kind costs nothing, yet it can bring so much to others in terms of happiness. It also makes you feel good knowing that you've brought a little joy to someone else's day. Your greatness is not what you have, but what you give. Stitch count is 102 by 130, and it's been stitched on an ivory fabric. It's safe to say that many measure their success from a materialistic perspective. However, history judges us for our actions more than our wealth. Sharing your love, time, skills, or possessions with others can transform lives in ways that you might not even realize. Helping causes that you are passionate about is a great thing to do, both for yourself and for the wider world. Be the reason someone smiles today. Stitch count is 93 by 130, and it's been stitched on a pale cream fabric. I know from experience that just one kind gesture can make someone's day. In tough times, something as simple as a chat with a neighbour or a text from a friend has been the thing I needed to boost my day. These interactions are even more important for those who live alone. Loneliness is widespread even in our populated world. Remember that little connections can be just as significant as big gestures, especially for anyone having a hard time. We rise by lifting others. Stitch count is 100 by 129, and it has been stitched on a white fabric. Sometimes we need an encouraging and understanding friend to give us a boost, and sometimes we need to be that person for someone else. We are social animals, after all, designed to be with others and benefit from their company. By spreading some positivity, kindness, and compassion in the lives of others, we gain more purpose in our own existence so that ultimately everyone wins. Daily acts of kindness. Compliment friends, donate books and goods to charity, give blood, a big hug is good for you, say thank you, give to food banks, talk to someone shy at a party, send a kind note, volunteer your time, offer your seat, share, cook extra to give away, bake for a neighbour, smile, send flowers in tough times, lend a hand, offer a ride, hold the door, help carry shopping, call a loved one. If something was good, leave a nice review, adopt a rescue, give way, pick up litter. Stitch count is 127 by 198, and it's been stitched on a white fabric. There are so many acts of kindness that we can weave into our daily lives. They don't always have to be grand gestures, so these are great too. Being mindful of those around us is a great place to start, and it's a lovely feeling to have made someone smile by doing something kind for them. Even if it's as simple as holding a door open or offering a seat, it will be appreciated. Let's root for each other and watch each other grow. Stitch count is 99 by 130, and it's been stitched on a platinum fabric. We live in a competitive world, and it's easy to compare ourselves to others in work, life, and love. Actually, there are no rules for what you should be doing in life and when. Being happy is the essential thing, so we should encourage each other in all our endeavours, work or hobbies, or within our families. Passions can easily be dampened, but supporting people in what they enjoy helps them lead happier lives. Take care of each other. Stitch count is 100 by 100 and it's been stitched on navy fabric. We all need a hug and some TLC every so often. This may feel like an obvious statement, but it's worth remembering. However strong people appear on the outside, deep down they may still be craving a caring cuddle. Hugs are great for the giver too. They are proven to lower stress, increase our well-being, and even help fight infection. So more hugs, please. And this is a pair of patterns. You are very special to me and you are so loved. They are both around the 65 by 65 stitch count and they have been stitched on a white fabric. We all need little messages of love and support from others occasionally, especially if life has thrown us a few knocks or made us doubt how much we are cared for. These little hoops are ideal for gifts and can be easily turned into cards to send someone you're thinking of or who might benefit from a reminder of love and kindness. What? Love yourself first and everything else falls into place. Stitch count is 100 by 100 and it has been stitched on ivory fabric. It's easy to rely on others to make you feel good, especially in the age of social media. Seeking and obtaining validation for others can make us feel better in the short term. But being kind and loving to yourself is also vital to long-term happiness. After all, it's hard to be happy when your own mind is filled with self-doubt. Our differences are one of the best things about being human, so we should embrace ourselves just as we are. This one is a pattern created for the LGBT plus community. Stitch count is 200 by 130 and it has been stitched on white fabric. This one is, as you can see, basically a full coverage pattern. I've wanted to create a pattern specifically for Pride and the LGBT plus movement for a while. We should all be able to live our lives without judgment or fear in terms of who we love and who we are. Festivals celebrating Pride are a rite of flamboyant colour, but amidst the celebrations, they are also campaigning for everyone's right to live their lives on a genuinely equal footing. Perhaps they are not stars, but rather openings in heaven where the love of our lost ones pours through and shines down upon us to let us know they are happy. Stitch count is 109 by 199 and it has been stitched on a navy fabric. Grief can be crushing, whether the loss of a family member, friend or beloved pet. I wanted to create a pattern that commemorated all those I wanted to create a pattern that commemorated all those we have said goodbye to in a way that's full of peace and love rather than dwelling on the sadness or pain, even though we naturally feel those too. This Inuit proverb makes me think of all the loved ones I've lost in my life being together and happy, looking down, knowing we're always thinking of them. Follow your heart, it knows the way. Stitch count is 129 by 200 and it has been stitched on a white fabric. I thought this would be a great pattern to finish the book. To me, following your heart isn't just about taking risks and trusting your gut instinct in matters of love, but also about following your passions and desires in other areas of life too. It comes with a risk, but if we always did what was sensible and practical, life would be a lot less fun. So be the queen of your own heart. Wee. And there we go. Again, it goes into your techniques of cross stitching, back stitch and French knots, and your conversion chart for DMC to anchor, a little bit about the author and the index, and your publishing information. So there we go, guys. That is a flick through of cross stitch for the heart. Thank you very much if you have stayed with me for this. Very much appreciated. If I end up getting the Catitude one, I will do a flip through of that one as well. So yes, thanks very much, guys, and until my next video, bye bye.